Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, an all-encompassing personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From wellness, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and manifestation, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I will be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface. Because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. Go grab my Day by Design editable worksheet so that you guys have something to follow along and hit all of your daily goals, stay on track, push yourself to be even more successful, and easily get everything put together in one place. Go download it by joining my monthly newsletter for free at www.deannamerlinofit.com. Hello, Empowered fam. So glad to be back with you guys today. And if you did not catch last week's episode, I know it was a little long. I had an interview with Kaylee Daniel, and maybe the title turned you off a little bit because in it spoke about death. And I encourage you that if you felt turned off by that, that is all the more reason why you should go back and listen. And it was so, so powerful. And this is not what I intended on talking about today, but that can wait for another day. Honestly, I listened back to our interview and there were just a couple things that sat with me super deep. And I may have touched on some of them before, but not in the same context. So honestly, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a follow-up on some things that really hit heavy for me after listening to that last episode that Kaylee and I did. So I'm just going to jump in. And one thing that really sat with me is there was a comment that she made, and it was something along the lines of surviving, like how we are set up to only survive throughout our lives. Like we are always encouraged to just try and get through to the next thing. And it just really hit me that we are not here to survive. And in the context of death, which Kaylee and I went into heavily, and not in a creepy way, just that because this is such a big theme, what I realized is that we are actually on the contrary to surviving, we are here for death. And let me explain, because it's not in a morbid way, but we are taught to hide the things that hurt us, forget our traumas, bury them down super deep, work the 9 to 5 because that's what all of society does. That's what we're taught. Live for the weekend and dread Monday. Live paycheck to paycheck and barely get by. When the real growth comes from the exact opposite. Real abundance and expansion comes from when we heal, acknowledge, and nurture the parts of us that have been hurt. And we all get hurt. So it's very, very ideal for us to heal those parts of us. Addressing the things that need to change to improve ourselves. And when we do that, we essentially lay to rest the parts of us that no longer serve us. They no longer have a place or a purpose within us. We are here to experience love and joy and freedom, which we experience through doing the things that I just mentioned. We are here to do so much more than just survive. We are here to grow ourselves so we can help others grow, so we can experience the gifts and the blessings that come from true growth by letting our soul shine and bringing forth whatever gift we were meant to bring to the world in this lifetime. And on that next note, which connects to this, is that I think I speak for all of us when I say that we all desire and strive to live bigger lives, successful lives, these huge, amazing lives. I can't speak for you when it comes to what your version of success is. It's different for all of us. And I think we all know at this point that for me, it's freedom to travel at will. And let's get real honest for a minute. Whatever version of your reality you are experiencing right now, you got yourself here. And that's not meant to feel hurtful. So if it does, that's a sign that you are still living in blame mode. A very wise woman, who I'm pretty sure was Debbie Neal, who I heard from this from the very first time, was you're either blaming, complaining, or growing, but you cannot grow at the same time that you are doing the other two. So do some inner reflection. And if that was a kick in the stomach or you wanted to tell me to go fly a kite, because I'm saying this to help you, and I am also helping myself at the same time. If you think of that statement and you feel good about it, then that's a pretty good sign that you're in a good place. So keep it up. Good job. And keep on that improvement path. Do not get complacent. I truly think that stagnation is the death of joy. But back to it, to achieve that next level of success, that version of your life that you want now, you have to become that person. Say you want to get a specific job or a specific degree. What does a person who would achieve that do? If there is a specific business you want to start, what does a person who is successful in that field do? If you want to be in a relationship with a specific kind of person, who would that type of person be looking for in a partner? If you want to live a specific type of lifestyle, for example, a fitness lifestyle, what does that person do? If you're unsure of the answer to that question, do some research. Start there. And then map out what steps it takes to become that type of person. And then here's the real gold. Go do them. Become that person. Step into that version of yourself who's living that life at that level of success you desire to achieve. It already exists in another timeline right now. And it's time to merge them so that it becomes your reality, that you get to live in this moment. If you can think it, that's because it currently exists somewhere. So it's time that we step into that higher version of ourselves, step into that improved version of ourselves so that we can get the things that we deserve and that we desire. And I know that that may feel scary, right? But here's the thing, that every single good thing in life is on the other side of fear. You have to overcome that fear to step into this new version of yourself. Stop worrying about what your friends would say. You are not living this life with this very limited amount of time to please your friends. That I can promise. Stop shrinking yourself to make your family happy. They only want the best for you. But as a grown adult with a fully functioning brain and the ability to make smart decisions, it's up to you to decide what is best for yourself. You may be afraid to lose a partner, but I can tell you from very good experience that there are people that I'd had in my life that I never expected I'd live without. And now I am so grateful that they don't even exist in my brain, much less in my world. In order to make other people happy, at what point does it cost too much for yourself? Do not let other people's version of happiness for you bankrupt you. The people who are your people will love you regardless. That I can promise you. The people who are not your people, if they get turned off by your happiness and desire to improve yourself for your own well-being, well then, unfortunately, those aren't your people. And as scary as that is, and as hard as that may be of a pill to swallow, the sooner that you do, the sooner you get to achieve what you've set out for. And thank God for clearing your path of those who aren't truly for you. And in the meantime, those who really are will soon start appearing. You deserve unconditional love. Let me say that again. You deserve a love without conditions. Love that comes with conditions is not for you. And I'm here to tell you right now, you deserve better. It's time to declare it. And here's the good news for your peace of mind. You can always get back to what you've already had. And I don't recommend it unless you realize that it truly is the best for you. But let me explain. And again, I know I've talked about some of these concepts before, guys, but it just hit different for me. And I really want to re-embed these thoughts into you so that it clicks. I hope it clicks for you like it did for me. There are people, and I've been one of them, who stay at jobs they're miserable at instead of going after the thing they're passionate about or that their intuition has been calling them to do, but they don't because of X, Y, and Z. What if I don't make enough money? What if I'm not good at it? What will people think of me? What if it's the wrong choice? Guess what? You won't know unless you choose to find out, right? I am very confident that the thing, whatever it is, wouldn't have been put so heavily on your heart if it wasn't meant to work out for you. And know that working out may not necessarily mean in the way you expected it to. It may just be to introduce you to another passion, to cross paths with a specific person, to get you out of a toxic environment just long enough for you to get your head straight to know what it is that you really want. And if it doesn't work out, maybe you can't get that specific job back, but you have the skills and the experience to go out and get a similar job. Maybe that partner won't take you back, but that makes you realize their love was conditional. And when the pain subsides that you're naturally going to feel, you will realize you were meant for more, for something, and for someone different. Maybe you move out of state for a partner or an opportunity, and it turns out that it doesn't work out for you. Or maybe you quickly realize you can't afford it. But guess what? You can always come back. You get my drift. It won't always turn out the way you expect it, but it will turn out how it's supposed to, even if sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. Because in those lessons, that's where the gold lies. It's going to be scary getting out of the safety of what you know, but you have to be someone you have never been to get somewhere that you have never gone. If you're in a position where you are questioning something and that all wasn't enough to convince you to jump, ponder this. Would you rather know you tried and quote unquote failed? Nothing's a failure. It's all a lesson. And end up on the path you were meant to? Or would you rather have to wonder what if for the rest of your life and have that nagging pit following you around like a dark cloud? When you are on your deathbed or you are experiencing your last moments of life, you do not want to be wishing you had done all of these things. And I don't know about you, but that is not the way that I want to go out. So my empowered fam, listen to this and take some inventory. Or listen to it 5 times, 10 times. Listen to it daily on repeat if you have to. Whatever it takes for it to set in, and then decide what life you want to live. Lay out the steps and start becoming that version of yourself you desire to be. Because you can be them. And that version of you is waiting with open arms. I love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.